Hi, my name is Jacqui-Lee Pryce and welcome to Shadowboxing. So hi and welcome to Ohara Davies, or as he's now known, Pastor Davies, I've heard.
That's what Angel calls me.
Are you bringing the light?
Well, I am a believer of God, so like me and him speak about that all the time. So we speak about that all the time. But our views on God and on the truth.
Yeah. So do you just share scriptures every morning?
I don't share scriptures, but I read. I do read every morning. Got my church group on WhatsApp, so we share thoughts on there. And it's all about growing in truth. It's all about learning more, understanding the world, and understanding where we come from.
In terms of like having this break, you've had that, your last fight, February. It was February now. Gosh.
February 21st. Yeah.
Yeah, February 21st, which I missed because I was out of the country. So we'll talk about that in a second. But what have you been doing to sort of keep your mind occupied or your body occupied since lockdown?
I played lots of Call of Duty on the PS4. I'm always sat down on the PS4, and I feel like that's quite important for a guy to have something that's going to keep your mind occupied. I've got friends that have also got PS4s, and we play online together. So it's a good way of communicating and being in the same room as others. Even though I'm not physically in the same room as them, we are basically in the same room. I've still been training. I've been going running. Been going to the gym every now and again, where I've got a gym key, so there's not many of us in the gym. Make sure that we're all clean and healthy. So I've bought a bike, been doing a few bike rides, and just been doing my bit still. So lockdown hasn't really changed my routine, apart from the fact that I'm not training with Angel right now.
Yeah. So are you doing any sort of online training with him, or are you with McFarlane as well? McFarlane, Ricky. Do you train with Ricky as well?
Yeah. Ricky's in the group. We haven't done any sessions yet, but we did for the last camp. Me and him done a few strength workouts, a few neck workouts. But since my last fight, I haven't done any strength work. But me and Angel have been doing work over FaceTime, over WhatsApp video call. As I'm on the bag, he tells me what shots to throw, what I'm doing wrong. But it's not as good as him being there physically, but just got to work with what we've got currently.
I mean, at least like it's nice that you've still got that going, that you've still got that relationship going. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, still sort of encouraging you, still pushing you. So yeah, like you say, he's not in the room with you, but he is present, if that makes sense.
Yeah, 100%. So it's all good still. So I'm still learning. I'm still growing as a fighter, and this break's just giving me some time to learn more, to not think about a fight, just think about training.
Let's talk about that golden contract where you beat my friend. So when I see you next, yeah, I used to coach him years ago as an amateur. But I have to say, good fight. Did you underestimate him before you went into that fight?
Yeah, it was hard. It was hard not to underestimate him. Me and Angel spoke. Angel was like, "Listen, don't underestimate this guy." But come on, it was hard to not underestimate him. The guy is not at my level, and that day I had a bad day because I underestimated him, and he had a good day, and I still made easy work of him. So when you're coming up against someone like that, for me, it was hard to not underestimate him. Did he shock me? Yeah, he did. He was hitting me with some shots, and I was like, damn, those those 2 almond bakes that I bought a few hours ago, I could feel it in my stomach. This guy's coming at me full force. I was like, damn. So, but I knew that inexperience is what won me the fight, because when he threw that whole flurry in round 5 and he was coming forward on the front foot, I got hit with only one of those shots, which was an uppercut. All of the other shots missed, but because I was on the back foot and the whole crowd cheered, he felt like, okay, cool, I'm winning the fight. It could get stopped soon, but I wasn't taking any shots. If I was taking shots, it's a bit different. And he just tired himself out because he came in on the front foot too much, and the crowd hyped him up. But that's all inexperience, and I knew that in the next round he's gonna get tired, and that's what won me the fight. That's what made him get hit with those shots that I hit him with, because he fatigued.
I mean, to be honest with you, we've had a conversation, myself and Jeff, on camera, about that fight. And yeah, some of what you're saying in terms of the inexperience, he said that. He's spoken about that. He's spoken about, rather than seeing that as a terrible loss, and to be honest, you're the first person that's ever put him down. So it's kind of, that whole experience was new. And then on top of that, he's gone away from that fight actually saying, do you know what? I've learned a lot from that.
Mm-hmm.
You
He
know,
was
I've learned a lot.
100%. Like, I'm a weight above him.
Mm.
You could see the weight difference. He was small compared to me, very weak compared to me. I was getting hit with some shots that should have hurt me, but they didn't hurt me because of his size. And that was his first time on a big stage like that. Like when he fought Martin Geffen, it was a big stage, but it's not like fighting me. Like there was more fans, bigger crowds, cheers. That was his first time there. And there's no better than taking that loss against me, because I'm a weight above him and I'm a name. I fought in big fights, so there's no embarrassment in that loss. He fought a good fight and he'll come back a better fighter.
And what about, I mean, a lot of people were quite surprised that he was, you did throw quite a few shots, and those shots would have put out other fighters. Would you not agree?
100%. I hit him with some shots in round 2, round 3, and I was like, damn, this guy's not even going. And then I think which round did I put him down? The end of round 3, end of round 4.
No, I thought it was later than that.
No, because the fight ended in round 6, so I think it was the end of round 3 or end of round 4.
Then he came back, yes, because he said he came back and was fighting on. He just said I was fighting on instinct.
Yeah. So basically, after I put him down, he got up, like hit him with some good shots. But when he got up, his legs weren't phased. He was strong in his foot. The next round, I thought his legs are gonna be gone. He weren't. He was coming forward. I thought, damn, this guy. I mean, this guy's got chin, he's got heart, and he's here and he's willing to fight. So with a chin like that and a heart like that, listen, it'll definitely do him good, 100%.
And then after that, obviously, you've won your fight. You've gone and you've done. You were doing not the comparing. You were sitting at ringside, weren't you? And you watched the Mamoon and McKenna fight. So, like I said, I was away, came back, watched the fight. A lot of the time, I watch fights turned down. I'm going to be honest with you. But I did turn it up at one point, and you were adamant that Mamoon was winning.
Yeah.
What changed your mind? Because after you said like, oh no, X, Y, and Z. What changed your mind? Because I guess what I'm getting at is the general consensus is Mamoon won that fight.
Listen, everyone knows that he won the fight. Tam McKenna didn't win the fight, but then again, listen, I ain't complaining. This makes it an easier final for me. I'm not gonna complain and say this guy won, this guy should have won, and make me have a harder fight, because that French kid's strong, fit. He was throwing non-stop punches. I was there thinking, damn, but man, me and this guy are gonna go life and death together. It's gonna be really hard to beat this guy. But listen, if they want to web him, that's fine by me. You're gonna give me an easier fight in the final. That just means that I've got to knock out Tyrone McKenna, which I believe I will.
And let's play devil's advocate though. So you say you beat McKenna. Would you take a fight with Mamoon after?
Hell no. No. Because first of all, like Mamoon, if he won the fight, if he beat Tyrone McKenna and he won on the scorecards, that'd be a better fight for me and him on paper. But as it stands right now, on paper, he's been beat by Tyrone McKenna, who's a fairly average fighter.
Yeah.
He hasn't won anything recently. He hasn't done anything big recently. He's not making no noise. He hasn't got any following, and he's good. If he was some bum journeyman, then hell yeah, listen, give me that guy every day of the week. But he's a good fighter, so that's a high risk fight, and I'm not getting anything from it. So listen, boxing's about business, and I ain't gonna get anything from fighting the guys and taking a risk. So the hard thing about boxing is a business.
Yeah, listen, I like your honesty. So yeah, you now obviously you've moved away from it. It's Tony you were with, weren't you?
Yeah.
And then you've moved on to Angel. So I guess what prompted that, and why Angel? What prompted the move first, and then why Angel?
Me and Tony, we got along good training wise, but there were just other issues outside of training that I wasn't too happy with. And 6 weeks or 7 weeks before I was meant to fight Jeff, I was like, listen, I can't continue here. I've got to find a new coach. Spoke to MTK. They gave me a list of coaches, all world class. And after seeing what, I'm looking at, after seeing what Angel had done to other fighters, I was like, listen, I've seen what he's brought to these other fighters, so I want to go under Angel. But I wasn't basing that move off of what he done with AJ, because listen, it's AJ. Like I'm not. Listen, I'm not. Angel does get credit for the difference in AJ, but I wasn't looking at Angel based on AJ. I was looking at him based on Isaac Chamberlain. AJ was already a world champion. I'm not looking at you taking a world champion to another world title and be like, this guy's the best thing from sliced bread. No, take a fighter from not being that good to being good. Yes. That's what I want to see. That's what I'm going to base it on. So seeing what he done in the career of Isaac Chamberlain, the few fights that he was with him, and I was like, listen, this guy knows he knows what he's doing. So through that, the AJ thing was just like the icing on the cake. I was like, yeah, now this guy, he's like, I knew he was good, but that's the icing on the cake. So from what he was done in Isaac Chamberlain's boxing career is what I rated him off, and he done good things for Isaac. I was like, he can do good things for me.
I mean, a lot of the guys are saying, I've interviewed a few of the guys, and they're all sort of saying they saw him on social media and they thought, flipping heck, he does some really quality things, but it's so different when you actually get in and work with him. He's like even better than they thought. Is that true?
Yeah, like the first week and a half I worked with Angel, I was in two minds. I was thinking, like, the leg work and the head movements, and I wasn't getting it. I'm like, I've been boxing for all these years, I've been taught nothing like this, and he's bringing all these new things to me, and it was like, but I thought, you know what, we've already agreed, let's just go with the flow and see how it works out. And after the first week and a half, and I sparred, and that was when I saw a change for the better. And that's why I was like, wow, like, this is, I'm actually getting it. And as the weeks went on, I was getting it more. But I only got with Angel 6 or 7 weeks before my fight with 6 weeks before my fight with Jeffrey, and it was like, you know what, we ain't got that much time to learn skill. We can't change too much things in me. Listen, like, you got to change one or two things, get fit and fight. Yeah. So now we got more time. I'm just looking forward to getting back in the gym and learning everything.
And you've got a quality group of people, Kez, Charles Frankham, am I forgetting out Sultan? I mean, you must be buzzing to sort of try and get back with them, and that move to Loughborough as well. I think that's going to be the icing on the cake, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's, you know, having a good stable is really good. But this ain't my first time having stable mates that are good. I'm coming from the matching gym where I was with Ricky Burns, Jocko Dina, Martin Wood, Phoenix Cash, Cheeseman, AJ when he was there as well. So there was a group of us, and Conor Ben. So having that energy mix with other good fighters, you can push each other. Yeah. So on a round, I'm trying to beat them, and they're beating me, and I'm like, damn. Well, if it was just me, like, it'd be not as motivating. So just having many other people that are good in the stable can only add to it. So I'm looking forward to it, and he's got many good fighters now. Yeah,
I'm looking forward to seeing how everyone's going to progress. I think this is really exciting time, not only for him but for his fighters, because everybody's chomping at the bit to get back in the gym. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, he's a good man.
Definitely. So it's a good time for us.
Whole Ohara Davies and Anthony Fowler beef over social media. I mean, it's really blown up. Lots of people getting involved. I mean, how did it start? I hear little bits and pieces, but please tell me how it all started.
I'm the kind of person where I've always been involved in social media wars and causing beef over social media, and so I wanted to. I feel like the people are bored, so let me give them some entertainment. And listen, like, this whole isolation, everyone's been at home bored. There's been no boxing going on. There's been no boxing feuds, and I feel like the mood got a bit dull. And if I posted something one day, which weren't even that bad, and I was thinking, I don't like this guy anyway. I've never liked him, so let me just use anything as a way to get at him and let him know I don't like him. I was like, you know what, I don't like him. I was like, I don't like you. And he posted things about me, and I got back at him, and it turned into something that entertained a lot of boxing fans. But it basically started because I've never really liked him. I've always thought it was a bit of a punk. He's a bit of a prick. So but it's turned into something big, which always happens. This ain't my first time doing it. I've, I've, I've done this many times in my boxing career. When you look at my track record, like I'm the master at social media. I can have everyone talking about me, and then in a split second, I can have everyone not talking about me. It's just I've got that effect.
So you're there effectively. You've poked him and provoked him, and it seems like he's forgotten himself a little bit by using, a racial, well, not a racial slur, but he's turned it sort of into something that could be seen as racial by using the word black in the sentence.
Yeah.
Did you take it as a racist? Did you honestly take it as a racist slur?
No, I didn't take it as racist because he said that based on what David Haney said, and it was just a way to try to show everyone how about if I said this, it wouldn't like it's not acceptable. Mm-hmm. But did he go over the line and say like, yeah, I think he did because he just shouldn't have used that as an example. He just should have said, if I said it, how would the people respond? But he didn't actually have to say the thing. How about if I said I'll never lose to a black man? Because no matter what anyone says in this country, in life in general, the victims of racial abuse has been more blacks than whites. Mm. So no matter what any black person says about white guy, yeah, it was wrong, but you guys haven't been on the receiving end of race hate. We have in this country to this day. I still get it in my DMs every day. You black cunt, you black bastard, blah blah blah. I get it every day in my DMs, and we've been victims for many years. So for him to say that, I think it was wrong. Being a 30-year-old man, David Haney's a teenager, 19, 20 years old. He's a kid coming up. So David Haney was wrong, but understand this guy's a kid. You're a man. You're a 30-year-old man. Like, what are you doing?
I'm going to be honest with you. I've met Devin Haney. I've interviewed him, and he's a lovely guy. But I think anybody that starts to bring in colour into a conversation, it just gets seen as a racial. There's always going to be a racial element tagged onto it.
Yeah.
I've heard from another friend that was the excuse or the explanation that was given from Anthony Fowler. He said it because so and so said it. Yeah. To be quite honest with you, a lot the consensus is two wrongs don't make a right. Do you know what I mean? He shouldn't have said it. And I have to say, as a fan of boxing, I was disappointed in both of them. I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But Ohara, what I wanted to ask you about is this whole thing. It feels, and there's a general consensus. I know you see it as, poking the bear to have a bit of a laugh and a joke. Mm. But when does that spill over from entertainment into just pure, vile? Like you're saying, you're getting racially abused now. I mean, is it worth the payoff?
Yeah, because I'm not really affected. You get some people that, like, when you become an entertainer, you have to be prepared and ready to take the stick that's going to come with it. Yeah, racism exists in this world. If you can't take the racist hate, get off social media. If you can't take racial hate, be on social media, but be a man. Don't tweet anything, don't say anything. Because the second that you're a controversial character, you're going to get abused, and that's never going to stop human beings. That's in their nature. That's never going to change. So when I decided to become an entertainer, I had to ask myself, you got thick skin or not? If you got thick skin and you can take it, then say what you want. And it don't matter what anyone says about me on social media. Call me what the hell you want. Right? I look at it sometimes. I laugh. I wake up in the morning, look at my phone, I see you black bastard. I'm like, oh damn. I actually laugh to myself. I laugh to myself.
I mean, there's a part of me that goes, this guy likes to just almost like like the little kid that likes to stir it.
Yeah.
And then step back and see what happens.
Yeah.
But that's how it kind of comes across.
Yeah. I laugh to myself, and then I put the phone down. It doesn't affect me one bit. If it did affect me one bit, or if it did start to affect me, I'll be like, okay, cool. I've got to come on social media. Don't tweet as much. Don't post as much. And I don't care what these people think. You might think I'm a black bastard. Cool. These people, they're nothing but numbers and letters and at 123 Jamie. I'm never going to see this guy in my life. This guy's not affecting my life or my paycheck or my happiness. I still live good. I still eat good, regardless of what this guy says. He ain't nothing but a number, a letter. These guys exist for as long as I've got my phone on. The second I turn my phone off, none of this exists anymore. All that exists is me and the people that I'm with. So if anyone lets that affect them, and I feel like that's mentally weak. And if you're mentally weak, then social media isn't for you.
I mean, I can kind of agree and disagree where that's concerned. I think you could be strong, and then all of a sudden you absorb all of that stuff, and that could be quite a head fuck, I would imagine. But I don't know.
Yeah, maybe to some people, but if that's how anyone gets, it's quite simple. You come on social media, and those a lot of people don't exist. They don't exist.
I wanted to ask you though, do you think a lot of people? Because I think it's quite obvious you're trying to, like, it's entertainment. Yeah. To me, it comes across like entertainment. Which like, I just find, like, do you think sometimes that people just don't get it, just really don't get it? Hence why you get all the racial abuse.
You know what? I was watching Power one time. You know Power?
Yeah.
And that guy, Ghost to Son, Tariq.
Yeah.
The way he's been acting, I said to myself, if I see this guy on the street,
Yes.
listen, I'm gonna approach him. And apparently, like, he's been getting attacked on the street, people going up to him and they're being getting rude to him, and he's been getting attacked on the street based on acting, based on what we know is all acting.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, if that's how people react to acting, if like it's series, how about boxing, which is more real than that? Of course, people are gonna say good to heart. It's just how it is. I'm watching Prison Break. I look at T-Bag. This guy's a rapist, murderer up in Prison Break. If I see this guy on the street, I'm gonna be afraid. I'm not saying anything to him because I'm looking at him based on what I've seen of him on the TV. So it's just when it comes to boxing, it's no different. Boxing is like real life acting. Is that real life acting? It's more real than what I've seen on the films. So, you know, people are never gonna get it because I don't get it myself. I'm watching these films and I never see the guy in real life. I'm taking it out on him. So I'm the same as them. It's just human beings.
Yeah. I didn't think of it like that. I guess I wonder that, you know, you're in the public eye. As a young black man, there are going to be people looking up to you. And I just feel sometimes the narrative that gets played out for young black men is, you know, bad man, and it's always negative. And you're never sort of allowed to be this positive role model.
I agree with that, but in boxing, that is that negativity that sells. Like if you wanna stereotype me, go for it, which they have. I'm a stereotype player, but you know what? I'm gonna make some money off it. I'm gonna make some money off it. I might as well, rather than be humble. Like, I know many people that have tried to play the humble role and it hasn't worked out for them. So listen, you're gonna paint me in a bad light, go for it, but pay me some money. So I mean, that stereotype sells in this game.
Question: I did watch your thing from last night. What is it called? The Rivals?
Yeah.
Right. I watched that, and you brought up something. I'm quite intrigued to know who threw you under the bus.
Yeah. Eddie Hearn threw me under the bus. Threw me under the bus. I made a comment which was like nothing about Hillsborough. You know about the Hillsborough?
My brother was there. Yeah, I know.
I had never heard of Hillsborough. Hillsborough happened 3 years or so before I was born. I don't know anything about football. I had never heard of it, and I made a comment about the Sun, and everyone started to say that I'm talking about Hillsborough. So I actually had to Google it. I had to go online, look on Wikipedia to see what Hillsborough actually was. That's when I was like, damn, this is what Hillsborough was. This is what they thought that I'm talking about. I had never heard of it. And so Eddie Hearn knew that I was telling the truth because we had a meeting, and Eddie Hearn said to me, I believe you. But then I'm like, so why are you still throwing me under the bus? And they said that because they got a lot of fans up in Liverpool, and they got to protect their, and they have to like protect their rep. And to protect their rep, they have to agree with them and then throw me under the bus.
Wow.
So now I'm like, fuck you, motherfuckers. Throw me under the bus. So I was like, Eddie Hearn, I'm back. When I see him on that thing, I was like, I'm back. I'm not sure if they added that on the Rivals when I said to Eddie Hearn, I'm back.
I don't recall that.
Yeah,
I don't recall that.
They probably took off. But I said to him, I'm back. You guys threw me under the bus, but I'm back. My boxing career goes on with Matchroom or not. Matchroom didn't make me. I made me. And that's what they don't like it when you want to be your own man. They want puppets. They want yes men. They want men that listen to them. I'm not here to listen to anyone. I'm here to do what I want to do. And when my boxing career is done, or if I make a mistake, I'm making it based on what I said. There's no one that I'm told if something goes wrong, I can't blame anyone. But they don't like people that. Yeah, they don't like.
Surely you must ask, but surely you must take some advice from some people.
I see what I want. Like people, they're welcome if they want to give me advice. I might listen, I might not listen. But in this game, everyone's got their best interests at heart. That's what one thing I've learned about boxing. I say I'm not taking advice from no one, because everyone's looking out for their own best interest. You want to give me advice based on what's going to benefit you, not what's going to benefit me. And that's how boxing is. Everyone in boxing. I don't trust any of these guys. So I always just do what I want. I do what I want, and that's what people don't like.
Going back to you saying that you're your own man, I think what is great is that you're showing people that may not have a promoter or may just be coming into the business for the first time. You're showing them that it can be done, aren't you?
Yeah, exactly. I had my first 2 fights on small hall shows. I got paid £100 for my second fight as a pro, fighting on small hall shows. But for my third fight, I got signed to Matchroom. So it's all about knowing how to network, because I used my friend James Argent, who's from the Ohara. This guy helped me get signed to Matchroom, and because he's got links, and I used him, or he allowed me to use him to get somewhere so my talent can be seen, and he got me in there with Eddie Hearn. But even if he weren't there, I would have got where I am eventually. It would have taken a while. But a lot of these guys on the small shows are too boring. They don't talk no trash. If you want to be seen, then do something to be seen. We've got a whole pandemic that's just happened in our world. I haven't seen any of these guys on small shows trying to call out anyone. I haven't seen them being disrespectful to anyone. And you know what? Controversy sells. I don't care what anyone says about talent sells. Talent sells, but first of all, controversy sells. I ain't seen anyone on small shows trying to be controversial. They've all been like small little mouses, just saying, I'm waiting for my comeback, I'm waiting for my time. Listen, call out these motherfuckers. We got people out here. Conor Benn, I've seen a few people calling out Conor Benn. I'm like, yeah, you're doing good. You're trying to build your rep by using Conor Benn's name. People calling out. Conor Benn's the only one that I know that get called out. He's on the receiving end of a lot of call outs from up and coming fighters.
From everybody.
Yeah, I'm like, you find someone that's known, like a Conor Benn or Chris Eubank Jr. or someone else got a decent following, and call them out. Talk some shit. Start something. Then people say, okay, cool. If this guy's name's in the same conversation as a Conor Benn, he must be somewhere. We got that Joseph Laws trying to call out Devin Haney, and that's how everyone knows about Joseph Laws. Joseph Laws, I don't know how much of a good fighter he is. I've never seen him fight, but he calls out Devin Haney. So when he walks in the ring, like, yeah, this is the guy that calls out Devin Haney. So you know who he is. He's a lot of these guys are thick. Like, they're thick.
I don't know if it's just everybody's got a different personality. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, it's just that some people will just, like you say, you'll put the armour on and think, I don't care what comes to me in terms of like the shit that comes to me. I'm just going to do it. And some people are just not able to handle that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So in terms of this fight with Fowler, or this fight that you're actually trying to make happen. I mean, I could see Eddie salivating.
Yeah.
Do you honestly think it'll get made?
I don't think so, because I don't think Andy Fowler wants it.
Okay.
I said I'm willing to go up by £10 to fight him. If you're willing to come down, let's make it happen. He's like, I'll come up by £10, you come down by £4. That sounds like a fair deal to me. I'm coming up by £10 whole pound. And I just don't think he wants it. But I'm here, I'm ready, and I'm waiting. So if he's ready to come down to 150, I'll come up to 150. I don't think he wants it though.
Well, I'll tell you what you could do: go into business though together.
me and Andy Fowler selling CBD oil.
Any kind of oil. But joking aside, say that fight doesn't happen. Yeah, it'd be great for the fans, and it would be a big build up. Say that fight doesn't happen. Who would be next on your hit list?
To be honest, in boxing, I don't hate anyone. I don't dislike anyone. It's just business, to be honest. There's no one that I've got on my hit list. Just whoever they've got, really. it's just business to me. I've got no emotional attachment to this game. I've got no hatred towards anyone. So if I said that I've got someone on my hit list, I'll be telling fibs.
Okay. Lastly, finish this statement. Because of COVID-19, I am grateful for.
Because of COVID-19, I'm grateful for life. Yeah, grateful for life. Because you got many people dying. Got many people dying, and life is so important. Life and health, and truth. Knowing truth during this COVID-19 time. I've got a lot of time to sit at home, study truth. Because I've got so much time now, so I learn truth. Been reading about God, about my origin, where I come from, trying to find my origin in God, the purpose of the world. So I'm thankful for life, and I've got the opportunity to live this long, to learn about God, because ultimately it's God who gives us this life, and He can take it away. But He's allowed me to live, to learn about Him.
See, look at that. Underneath all that, you are the sweetest kid. I know you don't want people to know that.
Yes, so.
It's been great speaking to you. Honestly, it's nice to see, just to get a little insight into your world. Ohara, just keep pushing, keep doing your thing, and F everybody else.
Thank you.
Do you know what I mean? Just F everybody else, keep doing your thing. Yeah, hold your head up and stay safe.
Thanks so much for your time as well.
If you like this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber of Shadowbox UK, we'd love to see you, so please go ahead and subscribe now.